I feel like I was born to be a rebel. I have never been willing to buy in to the system that is strangling and suffocating human beings. And in that I kind of include everything, like the school system, the medical system, the political system, the financial system, everything. And that system is not created to serve the human soul. That's what I feel. It's taking away the things that are truly valuable for the human being. It's suffocating, but it's also controlling. So it's controlling people to believe that there is a certain way that you should live, and that it's a certain amount of money that you need to have to be happy. It's basically distorting the whole concept of happiness. So I'm a rebel for innocence, for real individual power, for beauty, and for playfulness to have space in the world. That's what I want to give myself and other people. My name is Susanna and I'm the co-designer and co-owner of Trinity Gardens here in Ubud. Trinity Gardens is it's a beautiful, magical space in the middle of the rice fields and the jungle, and it is 6 villas. It's a little village, I would say. Everything is hand-picked. All the pieces, both in the houses and the gardens, are unique for each house and very carefully chosen by us. I came here in the beginning of 2013, and ever since I was young, I always knew that if I ever have children, they are not going to go to school, because I felt so imprisoned and I felt so strangled creatively by the school system. So I always knew that I wanted to homeschool. But when Aisha, the same year as she was turning 7, which is actually the year that children start school in Sweden, the Swedish government made homeschooling illegal. And doing that is actually a crime against human rights, and it's actually a crime against EU law also. A lot of people don't know that. But that meant that we are a minority in Sweden were homeschooling their children, but everyone had to leave the country. In the paperwork of the Swedish kind of authorities, us and other people like us are called political school refugees.
PA, please somebody save me. These insane women are controlling me.
Well,
If you guys were my parents,
We separate, me and her father, and a lot of people would go, "Oh my God, are you going to separate? It's so terrible for a child to have parents separating." But I would always say that you don't know that, or I don't know that. Why is something more dangerous or bad or not good than anything else? You know, organic life, like natural life, the way it is for the earth, the way it is for the universe, the way it is for plants and animals, it includes darkness and light. The tendency mostly in human beings is that we want the light, but we don't want the dark. Because I don't want this sorrow, I don't want this anger, I don't want this pain. You know, it's dark, dark, dark. I need to push it away. The thing is that when we allow it to come back in, it's not even dark. It just is what it is. So then it's not even light or dark. There is no then good or bad or right or wrong. I want this, I don't want this. It doesn't have to be, it's not the kind of sorrow where you need to fix something. You know, it's like, oh, I see this problem, I feel sad and I'm going to fix it. No, it's just feeling it. It's love. In a way, it's not different from love and compassion and care. It's the same thing. Yeah. How do we listen? How do we listen to what we really, really want? This is one of the most difficult things in the society today, to actually hear your own voice. I mean, I know exactly what it feels like to not listen to my own voice. And sometimes it happens again that I start to listen to other people's voices. This, you could say, actually is the core of spirited living, of my work. I was just reading this text here, and it was just so beautiful. There's the simple... Sometimes I read my own stuff and I'm going, wow, this is great. You know, it's like, wow, I need this shit. So just saying spirited living is about the wonder of rituals in daily life. These rituals are natural and unique and not about needing to go to a temple or a church. It is about being alive in the body so that when we are touching someone or doing the dishes or just walking on the ground, that's when we feel the sacred. I always have this feeling that why shouldn't everything I see and create around me or every part of what I do be as a ritual? A ritual is actually, rather than what you do, it's how you do it. So it could be cooking. So for me, cooking is a ritual. Getting dressed in the morning is a ritual. I'm relaxing, I'm feeling the air around me on my skin, I'm breathing, I'm sensing the earth under my feet. It's more the commitment to be intimate with the moment. That's what makes it a ritual. So my daughter, Aisha Temple, she's 12, turning 13 this year, and she's a wild child. I think my core question was, how can I be as much of a natural mum that is possible in this world? I realized this whole thing of not suppressing the sorrow, but to allowing that to have a natural place in her life ever since she was little. So what I would do, one of the things that I would do is that when she would start crying, I'd check that all the basic needs were fulfilled, you know, that she had food and drink and she was dry and she was not tired or whatever. If she was still crying, I just trusted that she needed to cry and that was a space that I needed to make sure to hold for her. So then I would take her in my arms, I'd hold her, and I didn't try to comfort her or take it away. I hold her and then I talk to her soul, you know, I'd say like, it's okay, you know, crying is beautiful and I'm here and I'm gonna hold you until you feel done. And I just hold her close and I just sit and look in her eyes and just let her cry and breathe with her and relax. And many, many times I'd also cry and I could feel that my tears would come up, tears that I hadn't cried when I was a baby or tears that I hadn't cried last week. So it would be a space where I would kind of come back to more innocence and she would be allowed to let go of whatever tension it was that had created that tears in her. You know?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, let me, you just did that for camera.
But it makes me feel really, really happy, because it's not been easy, you know. A lot of people criticize me to do this, but every day so far I'm so happy because I feel that it's really working even better than I could ever imagine. Yeah, I love it. I love every day living like that with her, and it inspires me a lot to see her. She's one of my biggest inspirations in this world. I think she's so cool, so funny, so sweet, so caring and loving and creative, and yeah.